Today, guys, I want to talk a little bit about meditation. It's an important thing to cover. It's critical to creating the life that you want, so let's take a few minutes to consider that.
Hey, I'm Jennifer, a life coach certified by Tony Robbins, and you've found Consider Jennifer. My passion is to show you the power you have to live the life you deserve by taking the time to consider your life so that you can be on purpose with making it happen. Consider your life, be on purpose.
Hello and good morning for those of you on the East Coast of the United States. That's where I'm at right now. Today, meditation. Meditation is so important, and it's kind of a buzzword. It has been increasingly popular and more common in the last several years. And so today I'm really going to talk about meditation because my experience with meditation has been really transformative. And it seems like such a simple thing, but the effects that you get out of practice is really, truly powerful. Now, if you're new to meditation or you're interested in learning more and you don't really know very much about it, I would encourage you to pick up a book by Thich Nhat Hanh, who's a Buddhist monk who lives in France. I love all of his stuff, and think that his material is fabulous and simple to read and easy to understand, and it's very good stuff. So I just want to say that. And one of the first things that I learned from Thich Nhat Hanh was a very simple meditation that he talks about all the time. And the meditation is breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I smile. And it's so simple. And it's a great way to get started. So pick up one of his books if you haven't ever heard of him before. I really encourage it. One of the most important things to remember about meditation, and this was something I didn't understand when I was first learning about it, is that meditation is not about emptying your mind at all. It's not about getting rid of thought. That is never going to happen for you. The mind is designed to think. You are going to have thoughts. As you continue to practice, your thoughts will be less loud. You become more aware of them, and you're able to create some distance and detachment between yourself and your thoughts. And that's really the power of meditation. So when you start meditating, the important thing, the first thing to remember is that it is absolutely not about emptying your head. Meditation is about focused attention. It's about deliberately controlling, as much as anyone can, the thoughts that are going in your mind. And the benefits that you get out of meditation aren't in being able to control it. The benefits of meditation is being able to recognize the separation between yourself and your thoughts, which I know sounds weird if you've never meditated before, but trust me, it is super important, and that is the real benefit of meditating. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how I learned to meditate, other things that I know about it, and why I think it's so important to you. I started to learn about meditation about 15 years ago. I've been regularly meditating for about 14, 15 years. I'm not a master meditator. Everything that I know about meditation has been through personal experience, a lot of reading, and a lot of practice. So please understand that I'm not the meditation guru. That is not what I am about. I just want to try to encourage you guys to show you what it's done for me, how it's helped me, and why I think everybody should meditate in some kind of way. So meditation is not mindless, and we talked about that a little bit ago. It's very deliberate, focused concentration. What I love the most about meditation is you can do it like in a cajillion ways. And one of the easiest ways to really kind of get started with it, if you are struggling with just like sitting there and breathing, which if you're a beginner, everybody struggles when they're just sitting there and breathing. Like some days I can't go 10 seconds without like having another thought and going down the rabbit hole. So that's not the important thing. But my meditation is also closely related to mindfulness. And mindfulness is just the practice of being aware, of paying attention to what you're doing, of focusing on one thing at a time. It's not multitasking. So, for example, if you're washing your dishes and you're practicing mindfulness, you are feeling the water on your hands, the temperature of the water, the soap, the smell of the water and the dishes. You feel your feet on the floor. How does your back feel? How do the dishes sound while you're washing them? The clinking of the dishes. That is what it means to be mindful. Again, Thich Nhat Hanh is the king of mindfulness. So please check him out if you haven't. So that's a really nice way to kind of get into meditation if you're not feeling the sit and breathe thing, is to just start practicing to be mindful and paying very close attention to all of the details that your brain is normally filtering out, so that you can become very present with whatever it is that you're doing. You can do it with anything. You can do it with taking a walk, taking a shower, washing your dishes, doing your work. Anything that requires you to be single-mindedly focused, just zero in on that. Eating, drinking tea, that's something that Thich Nhat Hanh says a lot. Those are the ways that you can be extreme. The only word for it is present. If that's the way that you get started with meditation, then that's a good way, and it helps you build into the next place. The real practice is in sitting and breathing. And I know that sounds stupid and cliched, but it's so powerful, you guys. Let me explain to you what happens. What happens is while you sit and you're breathing, and you try to be quiet and just focus on your breathing. So when you're meditating like this, you're mindful about your breath. How does it feel when it's coming into your body? How does it feel as it's in your body? How does your body feel as you're sitting here exhaling? How does it feel when the breath comes out of your body? That is the process of being mindful of your breath, which is a practice of meditation. So you sit there and you breathe, and you sit there and you breathe, and you sit there and you breathe, and you maybe take, if you're new, 2 or 3, maybe 4 breaths, and now you're not thinking about your breath anymore. And you might go 5 or 10 minutes before you realize you're not thinking about your breath anymore. And that is the key to the practice. Once you become aware that you're no longer thinking about your breath, you go back to your breath and you keep breathing. There's a way to do this. There's no judgment, there's no ridicule, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's not about doing it right. There is no right. It's just about sitting down and focusing on your breath, focusing on your body. And there's lots of levels of this and all kinds of crazy things that you can do, mantra meditations and vipassana meditations and all the things, but it's very basic. It's really just about being mindful of your breath. And every time you're not mindful of your breath and your brain kicks in and your mind starts churning up thoughts, and it will, you go back to breathing. Now, what happens is over the course of time, the space that you have between when you realize that you're not thinking about your breath and when you stop thinking about your breath, that space of awareness gets shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. So pretty soon you become you are able to recognize that you're not thinking about your breath anymore very quickly. When that happens, this space opens up for you. And the longer you do it, the more you are able to be aware of what's happening in your mind through the course of your day-to-day. And that is the powerful part of the meditation. It gives you space to become aware of the thoughts that you're thinking in the moment, to allow you time to take a breath, to think, to process, to consider what it is and how you want to respond to whatever it is that's happening around you. It's profoundly simple and so critically important. I cannot overstate this. Now, meditation is not like a miracle thing. It's not going to magically change the circumstances of your life. It's not going to make things be different. The magic of meditation comes in that pause that you find between what you're thinking and then what you do. You recognize that you have this space, this gap, and you become very aware of the gap. And the more aware of the gap you are, the more control you have over your response to what it is that's happening to you. That is gold, guys. When that happens, when you become aware of that moment, that space between what you're thinking and what you're going to do, That is gold. That's the magic. That's your life is about to change. Now you sit in the seat of control over yourself. That's power. And that's really it, guys. Like, really, that's it. I mean, it's so profoundly simple and yet so challenging to do. If you've never sat and just focused on your breathing for a little while, I encourage you to give it a try. One of the first things you're going to be humbled by is the fact that you can't take more than like 3 or 4 breaths without thinking about something and going down the rabbit hole. It's humbling to realize it, and it's eye-opening when you finally have the experience of finding that pause, of finding that break. That's the real power of this. Now, a couple more things just to reiterate, to re-emphasize before I turn off for today, right? Again, critically important, there is no right or wrong in this. When you recognize that you're not thinking about your breath anymore, that you're not focused on your breath anymore, there's no judgment. You don't ridicule yourself. It's not like, God, why can't I do this? Or, Jesus, I got lost again. Or what? No, time out. You completely missed the point. This is to purely find that space and become aware of the things that you're thinking about. That's it. There is no right or wrong. There is not. You cannot mess it up. You can't. It's not possible. Every time you sit down to meditate, it is the perfect meditation. It's exactly what needs to happen. Become aware, go back to breathing. Become aware, go back to breathing. That's it. That's all there is. That's so important to this. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is, again, I'm not a master meditator. I do a lot of reading. Thich Nhat Hanh is fabulous. Deepak Chopra has some good stuff about meditation. I just finished Jay Shetty's book, Think Like a Monk. There's some good stuff in that book. There's all kinds of material. The first book that I got a hold of when I first started to learn about meditation was this tiny little thing. I don't even remember the name of it. It came with a CD. That's how old it was. And that it was just this different types of meditation with guided meditations on the CD. That's how I got started on it. So the internet is filled with information on meditation. You can find meditations, guided meditations, millions of them on YouTube. So take some time to explore it. Like I said, there's lots of different ways. Right now, I'm meditating by just listening to the sound of rain in my headphones and breathing, and rain and breathing, and rain and breathing. And as soon as I realize I'm not thinking about rain and breathing anymore, I take a breath and I go back to rain and breathing. There are good apps out there. Calm, Headspace. I've tried both. They're both good. The freedom, the power, and the sense of internal control that you will feel as you continue to practice this, I can't overstate how profoundly important it can be for helping you change your life. It doesn't change your life because of something that's changing outside. It changes your life because you become very aware of what's happening inside. And when you become more aware of what's happening inside, how you feel, what you're thinking, what's motivating you, how is this connected to other things in your past? What are you taking personally? What is it about all of that stuff? That when you become aware of those things through meditation, then you start acting different. You make different choices in how you behave in front of people and in your world. And it's your behavior that's different that makes the things in your life different. Okay? It's not just the breathing, man. It's the breathing that allows you to be and show up in a different way in the places in your life. That's what makes the difference. So that's it for today, guys. All about meditation. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you meditate, how long you've been meditating, what kind of meditation you do. I'm really interested to know about it. If you've got a great book that I didn't mention, please do. There's all kinds of material out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. You can also check me out on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, sign up at my website, considerjennifer.com, for exclusive information and access to my blog. So I hope you guys all have a really great day. Meditate today. Take the time. Consider your life. Be on purpose. Bye.